Okay, so if you've ever had to manage events, you know the pain, right? All that endless copying and pasting, trying to track messing RSVPs, sending out frantic updates. It is such a grind. But what if the calendar you're already using every single day could do all that heavy lifting for you? What if it could become your most powerful marketing tool? Let's dive in and see how. I mean, for anyone who's an organizer, a marketer, or a sales pro, this question really hits home. Trying to juggle a bunch of webinars, demos, or meetings, it honestly feels like a full-time job on its own. The big question is, how do you keep it all straight and, more importantly, make it super easy for your audience to actually engage with you? And this right here is the reason why it's so tough. We call it the manual event grind. It's just a totally chaotic process. You're constantly buried in spreadsheets, you're manually sending out reminders, and oh, that moment when someone asks for a list of all your upcoming events, oh, forget it. That's at least an hour of your day just gone. And the worst part? You have zero real insight into who's actually engaging.
Okay, but what if there was a way to go from all of that chaos to, well, total clarity? And what if it didn't involve learning some complicated new platform or spending hours and hours on setup? In fact, what if I told you it's unbelievably fast?
Yep, 60 seconds. That's it. That is literally all it takes to turn your scattered, messy events into a single, streamlined, powerful marketing tool. So, what exactly do you get in that 1 minute? You get this, a beautiful, totally shareable all events landing page, and it's generated automatically. It can list up to 500 of your events. Think about that. No web designer needed, no coding, nothing. Just pure efficiency. All right, so how on earth is this even possible? Well, the magic here is that it all starts and ends with the one tool you probably already have open all day long, your calendar. It basically becomes your new command center. And it really just takes 3 simple steps. And the process itself? It's ridiculously simple. Step 1. You just create your events in your Google or Outlook calendar, exactly like you always do. Step 2. You send the calendar invite to a special, dedicated email address. And then step 3, that's it. You get an email back almost instantly with the URL to your automated event page. It is that easy. And boom, here's what you get. A clean, professional landing page where all your events are listed out in chronological order. Everything is laid out perfectly. All those little details you put in your calendar event, the time, the location, the description, it's all right there, beautifully formatted for you. And this really is the core idea. Your Google or Outlook calendar stops being just this passive scheduler. It becomes the active hub for your entire event strategy. Every single update, every change, it all starts from this one familiar place. Okay, but what happens when things change? They always do. Well, this is where the real magic happens. If you need to change the time, you just edit the event in your calendar and hit save. That's it. The landing page updates instantly. And even better, anyone who already RSVP'd gets an automatic update on their calendar. Seriously, no more of those frantic correction emails. All right, so we've established it's simple and it's automated, but it's also incredibly smart. Let's shift gears now and talk about the data, because this is where it goes from being just a handy tool to a true intelligence platform. We're talking data-driven event insights. So you get access to this private reporting dashboard. And what's cool is, on one screen, you get that high-level snapshot, the big picture across all your events. We're talking total invites, your overall RSVP rate, engagement levels, the whole shebang. But then, with just a click, you can drill down into a super detailed report for any single event. So you might be wondering, how does it track all this stuff so precisely? Well, the secret sauce is something called UID tracking. Every single invite that gets sent out has a unique ID. And this little ID tracks the entire attendee journey, when they clicked the link, what calendar client they're using, and even every single time they change their RSVP from, say, maybe to yes, or even yes back to no. And that kind of data, it is incredibly powerful. You can see at a glance what percentage of your audience is actually taking action versus, well, doing nothing. Here we see about 25% have RSVP'd. That's an insight you just can't get from a standard calendar invite. It helps you figure out which of your marketing efforts are really working, so you can double down on them. Okay, we've talked a lot about you, the organizer. But let's flip the script. What about the most important person in all of this? Your customer, your attendee. Well, the great news is the experience for them is just as simple, clear, and professional. Imagine your customer lands on this page. Everything they could possibly need is right there in one place. They just find the event they want, and with one single click, that invite is sent directly to their calendar. That's it. No friction, no confusion, just super simple. So let's break down what your customer gets. They get a really simple interface to browse all your events. They get instant calendar invites with just one click. They get automatic updates if anything changes, and they get notified directly if an event is canceled. It just makes you and your organization look incredibly professional and on top of things. So when you put all of this together, you've got the automation, you've got the data, you've got that amazing customer experience. It stops being just an organizing tool. It becomes something much bigger. It becomes your new marketing engine, a standardized way for you to go to market. Just think about it. That all events page, it's now this powerful call to action that you can use literally everywhere. You can pop it into your employees' email signatures. You can put it right on your company website. It can be the main CTA button in your email campaigns. You can share it via email, SMS. It's this one single link that works everywhere. And this really sums up the whole transformation. You're going from the old way, manual and chaotic, to the new way, which is automated and organized. You're going from something that's totally untrackable to something that gives you rich data insights. And you're replacing a super time-consuming process with a 60-second setup. It's just a completely different world. So it all comes down to this one question. Why just manage your calendar when you could command it? By using the tool you already know and use every day, you can unlock a whole new level of efficiency, insight, and marketing power.